Welcome to our class today, everyone. We're going to be focusing on balance, and what I personally love about balance is that it requires core strength. So we're going to be doing some standing balance exercises, but first, our cardio, as always. So we want to prime our brain for neuroplasticity, and we also are going to warm up by activating our core muscles. So we have 3 exercises that we'll do in a series of 2. So 2 rounds of those core exercises, then 2 rounds of the standing balance exercises. Without our core, our balance can only be so good, and that's not going to be very good. So that's the order in which we'll do things today. I will back up. If you do have some cold water nearby, that's always best. All right. You sit down, make sure you can see everything. Let me lower it a little bit more. Get my notes right here. Okay. Move that as well. Okay. All right, so let's get started with our warm-up. So you're sitting at the edge of your chair and you're sitting up nice and tall, not so much that you're arching your back, just a neutral spine. Hands are going to be in light fists, and we're just going to do our arm swings. So when you're ready, go ahead and join me. Oh, I can tell I'm a little sore today. I can never tell that I'm that sore until I start moving, and then I feel it in all those places. So just as a refresher, doing any type of cardio exercise first primes our brain for neuroplasticity. Meaning, if we get our heart rate up before we do our MS-specific exercises, our brain is more likely to find those strengthened connections so that the neural connections are stronger. If the neural connections are stronger, that means your muscles can get stronger. So we need that neural connection. All right, keep going, a few more. And then slow it down. You can stop and shake out your arms. Our goal here is just to get our heart rate up in some way, shape, or form. It's not that you need to be sweating or your heart is racing massively. Just get your heart rate up to be higher than what it normally is. Our next one, hands are in light fists, and we're going to punch forward at shoulder height. So when you're ready, go ahead and join me. If this is too challenging for whatever reason, if you feel like your shoulder has any pain or discomfort or lack of motion, you can punch down towards your knees instead. You can go faster. The faster you go, the more likely your heart rate will increase. So you can fine tune this to be right for you and your body. So keep punching. Few more seconds and we'll slow it down and move on to our next one. All right, slow down. And then you can stop, shake out your arms, whatever feels good to you. You can roll out your wrists, pull your fingers back. The next one we're going to do is a forward punch, but a twist this time. So as I mentioned, we want to activate our core. So to do that in cardio, we're just going to add this twist of our upper body. Same thing with the arms, either shoulder height, or you can punch down if that feels better. But when you're ready, go ahead and join me. You're keeping your core muscles nice and tight, sitting up nice and tall. And it's up to you how much you turn, whatever is comfortable for your body. If you're turning a lot, then I want you to go slower. I don't want you to tweak any muscles in your back. But if you're not turning as much, you can go a little bit faster. So make this work for you. Make sure your heart rate is increasing at least slightly. And keep going. You go. Sorry for the dogs barking. We have one more after this one. All right, slow it down. Then you can stop and shake it out. Our last one, this is the hardest one for me, but it's a good one, so I'm going to do it anyways, is our punching bag. So we have our fists, hands and light fists away from our body. We don't want to be hitting our face here. So pretend there's a big beach ball between your fists and your chest. So this big circle, and then you're just going to punch away from you in this circle. It's okay if you hit your fist or fumble around, and then halfway through we'll stop and come backwards. You can keep your shoulders at this shoulder height or higher or lower, whatever feels good to you. The higher you go, the harder it's going to be for your shoulders. But when you're ready, go ahead and join me if you haven't already. As fast as you can, hands away from your face. I've definitely done this before where I punched myself in my chin and it was not a comfortable feeling. So keep going. As you get tired, if your arms fall down here, that's okay. Remember, this is not a strengthening exercise right now, it's for cardio. So keep up that speed. And when you're ready, slow it down, then reverse and go the other way. Then pick that speed back up. Go, go, go. If your shoulders are getting tired, just lower even further. If not, keep them up at shoulder height. Keep going, a couple more seconds. Keep breathing, keep your shoulders away from your ears. All right, and slow it down, then you can stop and shake out. If your shoulders are tired from that one, feel free to give them a little massage. We're gonna go through that series again. So take a sip of water if you have it nearby. Take a deep breath, your heart rate can come down. And then we're going to do another round of that. We're going to have shorter breaks in between, again, because the goal is to increase our cardio. If that's a little too challenging for you today, take a longer break. So when you're ready, big deep breath in, and then lower it, and it goes out. All right, so when you're ready, hands are going to be in just light fists. You're not clenching, but like this. And once you're ready, go ahead and start. Make sure your knees aren't caving in either. We want to make sure they're staying in line with our shoulders and our feet. All right, keep going. Remember, the faster you go, the more your heart rate will increase. So if you want, you can get real speedy. Up to you. The faster you go, the smaller the motion typically, and that's okay. So find a speed that works for you. A few more seconds here. All right, and then slow it down. So we're doing shorter amounts, but also shorter rest breaks. So you can stop there. Next one, your hands are back in light fists and you're punching forward. So when you're ready, go ahead and join me and punch, punch, punch. If this bothers your shoulders, you can punch down. Height doesn't matter too much here. We're just doing this for cardio. All right. Nice job, keep going. All right, and when you're ready, just slow it down a little bit, stop and shake out. Take maybe one big breath, and then we're going right into the rotation. So your hands again are in light fists, and you're gonna rotate. When you're ready, join in. So shorter rest breaks this time to get our heart rate up a little bit higher. But listen to your body, you can take longer rest breaks, or you can go right into it with no rest break at all. Keep going, turn that core, warming those abdominal muscles up, the back muscles, the side muscles. Good, keep going. All right, and when you're ready, slow it down and then shake out. And our last one is our punching bag forward and then backwards. So when you're ready, big breath in, then hands are in light fists away from you, and go ahead and start punching away. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears and punch, punch, punch as fast as you can. If you do keep smacking your own hands, you can do this further away. This reminds me of a drummer, but that way you're not going to be hitting your hands. So totally up to you. Keep going. All right, slow it down and then reverse. And then once you're confident in your reversal, speed it back up. Keep going, relax your neck, relax your shoulders, just those arms moving as quickly as you can. I like to do cardio with arms instead of our legs because then our legs aren't fatigued for our exercise and our workout. But you can absolutely do cardio with your legs if you want. All right, slow it down. It feels good to stop. Shake everything out. Some of my favorite stretches to do after cardio, especially with arms, is a nice light pull here. So if that feels good for you too, you can pull that. And you can also do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to go into demonstrating our next couple of exercises. As I'm demonstrating, feel free to do any stretch that feels good for you. It can be opening your fingers, your palm, doing one of these. So just move your body around with what feels good. Our first 3 exercises, we'll do 2 rounds of them. It's to activate our core muscles, and then we're gonna stand up. And if you can't stand, I'll show you ways to do it seated. So the first one is one of my all-time favorites for the core. It's the abdominal lean back. You may have done this before. You're gonna sit up tall. Hands are either on your lap, out in front of you, or here. This is gonna be the hardest version. And you're just gonna tip back and then come back up. I'll demonstrate this from the side as well, just so you can get a better view. That's gonna be our first exercise. Our second exercise is the penguin. So you're sitting up tall, abs are tight, hands are facing your thighs, and you're just gonna tip as far as you can go. But keep in mind, when you're tipping, you're not lifting your butt cheek. Your hips stay firmly planted on the chair. You're just tipping your upper body from your waist up and up. So this gets our side abs. And then the third exercise I call around the world, and this activates all of our core, front, side, and back. So what you're gonna do, hands are going to come close together, but facing down towards the ground. And we're going to come all the way over to the side, all the way forward, as far forward as you can go, and then all the way over to this side, and then back. And you should feel like you're shifting your body weight. So even if I didn't have my arms forward, this is my right side. I'm not sure if I'm reversed to you, but it should feel like your body weight is all the way over on the right side. This butt cheek does lift. And then you're shifting your body weight towards your toes, and then towards the other side, and then towards your heels. So be focusing on not just reaching with your arms, but actually shifting your body weight. All right, I'm gonna show you from the side as we do our first round, just as a different view. So when you're ready, you're going to sit at the edge of your chair. Your feet are going to be shoulder distance apart and a little bit away from you, not at this 90-90, slightly further away. Sit up tall. Your arms can be here, here, or here. This is the easiest, second easiest, third easiest. So whatever you want to go for. I'm going to start with the hardest one for today. Sit up nice and tall, tighten your core muscles, and when you're ready, slightly lower back, keeping a flat back. I don't want you rounding. I also don't want you arching, and then pull yourself back up. That's 1. We're going to do 10. Back, pause, and up. And only go back as far as you can go comfortably without losing it and dropping towards the back of your chair. And back. That might be further than what I'm going right now, or maybe it's less. It doesn't matter as long as you feel these core muscles activating. And up, back, and up, back. Squeeze those abs and up. You might also feel this in your hip flexors. Those tend to overcompensate. That's okay, but ideally you'll feel it in your abdominals. Back and up. 2 more. Back and up. Last one. Back and hold. And up. Nice job. Next one is the penguin. So you can bring your feet in a little bit. Make sure you're stable on your chair. Your back is still flat and hands are down by your side. And I want to show you from this side so you see I'm not coming forward at all. I'm doing my best to just tip directly sideways and up and then the other way. Similar with our first exercise, just tip as far as you can go. You might be able to tip further than me or not as far as me. It doesn't matter. But when you tip over towards the left, you'll feel the right side muscles stretching and then strengthening as it pulls you back up. Then when you go to the right, you'll feel a stretch here, and then those same muscles tighten to help pull you back up. So we'll do 10 each side. When you're ready, sit up tall, tighten your core, tip, and slowly up. We're not going to make any fast movements here. Other side. and slowly up. That's one each. Tip and slowly up. Tip and up. Remember that you're trying to keep your hips firmly planted. You're not lifting either butt cheek. Tip and up. Tip and up. If for some reason that is uncomfortable for you, then I will allow you to lean forward. It just works your side muscles a bit differently. It works more of the side back versus directly the side. Tip and up. Tip and up. 4 more each side. Tip and up. I want you to actively think about squeezing your abdomen. Up. Tip and up. Tip and up. Let's do 1 more each side. Tip, up. Last one. Tip and up. So that first one we did, our seated ab lean back, that gets our front. The penguin gets our side, and now the around the world gets more of our back. So we're warming up all these muscles which we need for balancing. So you're sitting up nice and tall. Hands are going to come close together. They don't literally have to be touching. And you're going to start on one side, then reach all the way around, trying to make sure that you're reaching as far as you can, feeling your body weight shift from side to side and front and back. We're gonna do, let's do 6 going around one way and then 6 going the opposite direction. So sitting up nice and tall, make sure you're firmly planted in your chair. And when you're ready, go in one direction, reach as far as you can. Reach, reach, reach forwards, nice and slow. Now you're on the other side, and then sit back up tall. And then again, reach, same directions, nice and slow. All these directions, big circle, and then slowly back up to the top. So we'll do this 6 times. You can go at your own speed if you want, as long as it's slow and steady. Good, that's 3 for me, 3 more in this direction. Reach, slowly. If you don't have much space in front of you, you can do this with your elbows bent. That way you're not gonna be hitting your hands on something. Slow. That's 5, I have 1 more this direction. Really shift your body weight. You should feel more weight in your feet at different parts. Okay, that was 6 for me, so now I'm gonna do 6 in the opposite direction. So I started with reaching to the right, now I'm gonna reach over to the left. So reach, and then all the way around, nice and slow, and sit back up tall. If for some reason you do feel any muscles tweaking and this is uncomfortable, then do not reach as far. Reach, this is 3 for me. If this bothers your shoulders at all, you can reach down lower, but you're still trying to reach as far as you can. 4, I have 2 more. Reach. You should feel all the muscles in your back firing. And if you don't, you'll feel them tomorrow because you might be a little sore. All right, I have 1 more. Reach and around. All right. So those were our warm-up exercises. We're going to do 1 more round, but fewer amounts since we already warmed it up with cardio and now these series. I'm going to face this direction now. So this time we're just going to do 5 of each. We're going to add a slightly longer hold, but still we're just going to do 5 of each of them. So take a deep breath if you need to. You're going to sit up nice and tall, and I crossed my arms the first time for our lean backs. This time I'm a little bit more fatigued, so I'm personally going to have my hands out here. It's up to you if you want to keep them here or even down at your lap. When you're ready, keep your abs tight and your back flat, and go ahead and hinge back, and then pause, and then pull up. And then back, pause, and pull up. That's 2. Back, pause, pull up. 3, we have 2 more. Back, pause. This is a good day for me. Normally I can't go back this far. Don't judge yourself based on how far you can go back. Every day might be a little bit different. And good, okay, so hopefully you felt that in the front. Next is our penguin, 5 each side, so you're sitting up tall, and we're just tipping directly to the side. If that did bother you, you can come forward a bit, but ideally directly to the side. So when you're ready, tip, and you'll feel it here, and then slowly up. Then tip, and slowly up. Tip, slowly up. Tip, slowly up. Tip, slowly up. So hopefully you feel your abs working. Slowly up. 2 more each side. Tip, slowly up. And as I just briefly mentioned before, if you're not used to using these muscles, even if you're as strong as having a 6-pack abs, if you're not used to using these side muscles, you might be sore after this, which is a good thing. It means that you're working the right muscles. All right, that was 5 each. Next is our around the world. We're going to do 3 each direction. It's still nice and slow. Just because we're doing fewer doesn't mean we're going faster. So when you're ready, sit up tall. Hands are going to come either touching or just close. And it doesn't matter which direction you go, because we'll do both. So I'm going to go this way. So reach, and you're shifting your body weight. When you're forward, the weight should be in your toes, and over to the other side, and then back up, and then reach again. So nice, slow and steady. You're just going to do 3 around the world per side. Reach. This might feel like a good stretch for you as well. That's good. Okay, that was 3 for me. I'll do 3 the other direction. Reach, reach, reach. And back up, reach, and up. I hear some snap, crackle, and pops over here on my end. Reach, and back up. Okay, if you feel like you need to stretch at all, some cat-cows might be good. You can do some rotations. I'm going to move on to demonstrating the next balance exercise series that we'll do. We're going to continue to do 2 rounds. So we're working on balance today. So our core is activated. You might lose my head in this demonstration, but that's okay. It's worth it. I'm going to have my chair here only because this way you can see me, but you guys can do the exercises right in front of your chair. So actually, no, that is bothering me that my head's cut off. Let's see that. Okay, we're good there. All right, so our first one, and all of these balance exercises we're going to do now are geared towards helping you have better balance in day-to-day life with walking, with reaching for things, with stepping up onto stairs. So one position that we need is staggered stance balance. So that means that one foot is forward, one is back. It's not tandem. We're not one foot directly in front. Your right foot is in front of your right shoulder. Left foot is in line with your left shoulder, but one is forward and one is back. So from here, you're just going to tighten our core muscles that you just activated and stand up tall. You're holding onto your surface with either 1 or 2 hands, or a wall, or like this. And when you're ready, you're going to let go, or let go with some of your weight. So if you're putting a lot of weight through the chair, I want you to imagine a scale, like the scale that you'd step on to weigh how much your body weighs. Pretend there's a mini scale underneath your hand. If you feel like there might be 50 pounds pushing through that scale, then I want you to maybe push with only 25 pounds or less than that, so you get the idea. If possible, just hover. Knees are slightly bent. We don't want them locked. So when you're ready, slightly bend those knees, tighten the core, and put less weight through that hand, whatever that means for you, and hold. We're gonna hold for about 20 seconds. If you ever need to touch the surface, if you get a little wobbly, that's okay. If your ankles feel a little wobbly, that's normal and that's okay. But I want to make sure you feel safe and sturdy. If you ever feel like you're gonna lose your balance, hold on. Good, keep going. Tighten the core, tighten the butt muscles. That can also help you stay steady. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and hold on. And we're gonna switch sides. So now the opposite foot comes forward and then the opposite one goes back. Get comfortable there first. Feel what feels normal to you. You don't want to be super wide apart like this. It should feel like a normal step length. If you were to just take a step forward, whatever that will look like for you. And then again, the knees are slightly bent. And once you feel comfortable, then take some weight off of your hand, whether that's just a few pounds or the full hand. Maybe you just have one finger touching, or 2 or 3 or 4, just the fingertips, or nothing. Make this work for you. Tighten the core, tighten the butt, and hold. We're still aiming for about 20 seconds. Again, a little bit of wobbliness is okay. Anything excessive, you should hold on or make your front foot a little bit wider. Keep holding. If you have a tendency to have your knees buckle or hyperextend, you might be feeling this a lot in your quads in the front of your thighs. All right, 5 more seconds. And stop there so you can straighten your knees. The next one we're going to do is our feet together. Now, we don't often have to have our feet together in day-to-day life, but sometimes when our inner thigh muscles are tight, it pulls our legs together. So I always like to make sure that if that happens, and if you end up in a position where your feet are closer, you can balance safely and it won't throw your body off. So now your feet are together, knees are still slightly bent, and you're still holding on. And if you have a walker, you can hold the walker in front of you instead, whatever works for you. When you're ready, let go. And we're gonna hold for 20 seconds. This is probably gonna be harder than the other two. If it's too challenging, just move your feet slightly apart or hold on more. Stay there, make sure your knees aren't locked. Your eyes can be open. I know sometimes people do this with their eyes closed, which makes it even more challenging. Squeeze the butt if you need. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can straighten your knees. You can shake your legs out if you need to, or just move them apart to feel more stable. We'll do one more round of that. So 2 of each. Shake them out. Again, if that was too challenging, don't come back to center, but maybe a fist length of your hand in between, or a little bit wider, whatever you can tolerate. When you're ready, get back into that position. Your knees are slightly bent. I'll show you this one from the side. So they're not locked, they're just slightly bent. And then put less weight through your hands. Maybe that means you're hovering, or you're only putting the fingertips down versus your palm. When you're ready, join me. Tighten your ab muscles, squeeze your butt muscles. Doing those things, tightening your abs and squeezing your butt, activates your core. Sometimes if you don't actively squeeze those muscle groups, your core won't activate. And our core can help us balance. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and relax. You can straighten your knees. The last one that we're going to do is going to for sure be the hardest. So you can hold on, but it's single leg balance. The reason we're practicing this is because whether you use an assistive device or not, every time you walk forward, when this leg lifts, you're standing on one leg. And then as this leg comes off the ground, you're standing on this side. So you need to have some level of single leg balance, even if you're holding on to something. So get something sturdy And you're going to stand on one leg. I'll show you from this side. So when I'm standing on this leg, first shift your body weight over to that side. If you still have weight through this leg, then when you go to lift it, you're just going to fall towards that side. So shift your body weight and then make sure the knee is slightly bent and lift this leg however you can. Maybe it's bent, maybe you keep it straight and it's just out to the side. Maybe it's forward. If that's way too challenging, even when you're holding on to something, then keep your toes down. So you have maybe 90% of your body weight here, but you still have some weight here. And we'll hold up to 20 seconds, even if you need to keep tapping in between. It doesn't need to be a full 20 seconds on one leg. So when you're ready, standing up tall, tighten your core, shift your weight over to one side, hold on to something. And if you can, lift one leg off, this leg slightly bent, and hold. It's okay if your foot keeps touching the ground or if you get extra wobbly like I am right now. Whew. I'm even holding on with a few fingers. Stand up tall, squeeze the butt muscles, squeeze the abs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and put it down. My leg is feeling that. That's definitely a strengthening exercise too. All right, we'll do the same thing for the other side. I'll show you from the front this time. So shake anything out if you need to. Then stand up tall, tighten your core muscles, shift your body weight over to this leg. Then as soon as you feel like you have 98% of your weight over here, take this leg off the ground. Whatever that looks like for you, make sure you're holding on and make sure this knee is slightly bent and hold. For some people, the hardest part is getting the opposite leg off the floor. That can be challenging. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back to neutral. Awesome. If you need a break, you can sit down. Otherwise, we're going to go through our second round. I'm also going to give you an option to make the first 2 exercises slightly more challenging. I can give you a challenging version of the third one too, but usually that's challenging enough. So you can choose to do the same variation that we just did or make it harder. So as a reminder, the first one was staggered balance. So you're up tall, you're squeezing your core muscles, you're squeezing your butt muscles, your knees are slightly bent, and your feet are staggered. So if you want, just stay here. It's the same thing that we did last time. If you want to make it slightly harder, when you're in this position, you're just going to bend both knees, maybe an inch or 2, not much at all, and then up. And then bend down, and then up. When you're up, you're not locking your knees. There's always at least slightly bent. So it's just bending more, then slightly bent. And bending more. This will work your thighs and your glutes a little bit more. So when you're ready, get into position, you're up tall, and you can hold on if you need to. Go ahead and balance for 20 seconds. If you want, you can follow me with bending and straightening. Whatever speed you want to go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, let's switch sides. So opposite foot is forward and the other foot is back. Squeeze your abs, squeeze your butt. Make sure your knees are slightly bent. Hold on to something if you need to. And then when you're ready, let go. And if you're going to bend, go ahead and bend and up. Excuse me. Whew. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Okay, next one, our feet are together. So if this was challenging enough, just stay here. Or if you do want to try the advancement, you can stay here and do it, or separate your feet a little bit and do it. It's mini squats, not even a squat. I don't even like using that word, just mini knee bend. So similar to our first version, we're just going to slightly bend and up, slightly bend. And as you can see from this side, it's just maybe an inch or two. It's not a whole lot. Slightly bend and up. So when you're ready, get into position. Hold on if you need to, and go. We'll hold for 20 seconds. Remember, you're not locking your knees at any point. Try your best to keep them slightly bent. Tighten your abdominal muscles. Squeeze your butt muscles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And stop there. All right, then we're gonna do our last one. So our single leg. Now for this one, it's usually pretty challenging, but if you do want to make it even harder, it's the same thing. So when you're on one leg, I'll show you on the side, it's just gonna be a slight bend and up. What this is doing is it's not only working our balance muscles, but it's activating our quads, our glutes, and our hamstrings and our calves a little bit more. So it's just a little bit more intense. It's not any more effective. So don't feel like if you're not doing the advanced version that it's not as good. It's just a different variation. So either leg, I'm going to start with my right leg. Make sure you shift your weight over to that side first. You can keep this foot down, especially if you're getting a little bit fatigued. But if you can, lift it. Make sure this leg is slightly bent and hold. If you want, you can add that single leg mini bend, very hard. You also can just do 1 or 2 mini bends if you want. You don't have to do it the whole time. Squeeze the butt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And put that leg down. Good. All right, we have one last one to do. Wiggle your legs if you feel like you need to. Shake out. Last one. So you're going to shift your weight over to the opposite side. Make sure that knee is slightly bent. If you plan on lifting the leg, go ahead and do so either out to the side, back, bent, forward, doesn't matter. And when you're ready, go ahead and balance. You can add the knee bends if you want. Regardless, squeeze that butt cheek, squeeze the abs. Ooh, this one's hard. Make sure the knee stays slightly bent at all times. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And stop there. Give yourself a big round of applause. I'm gonna just come up and give you guys one tip of the day, but you can sit down, relax. If you had some water, go ahead and take a sip of the water. Nice job. I think it's so important to remember that we need to, well, let me back up. It's so important to remember that our core helps so much with balance and with walking. And so many people will just focus on only balance or only walking or balance and walking, but they forget about the core. So it's really important to strengthen that area as well. Plug that in. So just one thing that I wanted to run by you guys today before our class ends is the importance of adding in different types of exercises. So one question that I get a lot from my Missing Link members is, how do I do my MS specific exercises, but also a yoga class or a Tai Chi class or going swimming? And it totally depends on your personality as well as your lifestyle and what you have time for. Some people feel like they have to work on everything each day that they exercise. And you can, if that's what helps you feel successful, but in smaller doses. So your options are, in one day, you can do something for your upper body, something for your core, and something for your lower body. Or maybe just your upper body, or just your core, or just your lower body. The way that I suggest adding in extracurricular things, swimming, Tai Chi, yoga, any type of class, is either on an off day, but keep in mind, you still need to have at least one, if not two, rest days. Our bodies need rest. And if you're the type of person that likes to push yourself or exercise 7 days a week, this might be hard for you, but at least one, if not 2 days of rest, meaning you can have 3 days of MS specific exercises and then 2 days of classes, or vice versa. So basically, you're just replacing an MS specific exercise day with a class. Or if your time allows, you can do it on the same day. If it only takes you 20 minutes to get through your MS specific exercises, but if you have maybe 45 minutes that day to exercise, you now have 25 minutes left over to add in a class. If you as part of the missing link, we have 20 to 30 minute yoga classes. So you could add in one of those, or if there's something else that you like to do, add that in. So you can either replace it or add it on to one of your days that you don't have as much on your schedule to do that day. So there's no right or wrong. Some people feel like I have to do it the right way. There is no right way. The right way is what works for you and your schedule. And also, I'll just leave you with the reminder that general movement counts as exercise too. If you're going to be going to a yoga class, getting dressed counts as exercise. Getting into and out of your car, driving, even if you're the passenger, that counts as exercise. These movement, getting to the class and back from the class counts as exercise. If you have stairs in your home, that also counts. So don't feel like it only counts if it's a class, or it only counts if it's your MS specific routine. There's so many different forms of exercise throughout the day. So I hope that helps. If you are interested in more MS specific exercises, my online MS wellness program, The Missing Link, might be a good fit for you. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. My email is always open if you want to reach out to me. It's Gretchen at drgretchenhawley.com. But I hope to see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day.